Hello everybody and welcome back to another Drift video. I decided to come to you to show you some of the stuff that has been updated since the last time we had played the game. I didn't really get a chance to show you. There was a lot of cool things that was added in the most recent update, and I've been thinking about bringing a video like this for a while. The update primarily dealt with the visuals. As you can kind of see, our asteroids look a little bit differently. We're going to be taking a closer look at those later, as well as some of the other parts to the update as well. There's some pretty big changes that have made, and I think you'll be pretty interested in knowing about all the new stuff and all that has changed. We are also going to be looking, at the end of the video, we are going to be looking at the next update that is going to come. The developers have posted a teaser. Links to the Steam page where you can find the roadmap and the teaser for the next update will be in the links in the description below, so please check that out if you want to find more information. But I'm going to kind of cover everything that we know, everything that they've told. I'm going to do a little speculation on what might be to come, but just keep in mind that that is just speculation. What is eventually going to come will be discussed later when it's a little bit closer. But I plan to bring you a new series when that happens, and we're going to go over everything that is new when that happens. So I'm very excited about this. I feel like we are on the verge of a great new chapter in this game, and I think some of these changes might inspire some of the older players to play, and hopefully if this is the kind of game that you're interested in, I think some of these changes will be encouraging for new players to join as well. So let's go ahead and just get started. There's a lot to cover. As you can tell, it's a bit of a long video. I do try to keep things concise, but I also want to show you everything. So let's get started with the most important part of this most recent update. We now have a creative mode. We can create a new game and go ahead and click that. Make our lobby public, friends only, or private. And we now have the ability of playing Drift in creative mode. And that's pretty similar to any other creative mode out there. You see, let me just quickly get rid of some of this stuff. Clear up my space. So you start off the game just like any other mode. And it allows you to build anything you want. You can choose any style you want. You can choose floors. You can choose doors. You can choose windows, so on and so forth. So you can, oh yeah, let's go. You can make, crushers. You can make crafting machines. Oops. Put that, let's at least try to put that the right way. There we go. Yeah, so you can make anything you want out of the build menu. You can also come in here and just build whatever you need to build. So I'm making a battery here. We want to crush some asteroids, so we just we don't have anything. Well, the asteroid crusher, I think you actually have to have some asteroids, but as far as the build thing, as you see here, that gives us a battery. And if we want to do something more advanced, like inertial dampening override, so we can go ahead and do that. I'm going to take a quick second and show you something else that is new, and that is the Quick Craft button. As we see here, we have some nodes here. We can make +1 or +5. So if we click 5, it's going to attempt to make 5 of these. So whatever resources we have, we can just use these buttons to kind of craft it. Or, we can still go and click and drag and drop, or we can quick move it by shift clicking it over. But there we go. We have one of those now. And that works for this as well. Say you have a bunch of asteroids in your inventory, you can click +5 and go ahead and grab them. So as you see here, I have 7 asteroids. So we have 7 items in our inventory, whatever the item that it is that you need. So we can go here and press 5, and it will grab 5 of them from our inventory. Then we can press 1 and 1. If we ever want to retrieve all of those back, we can go ahead and click clear, or we can just put it this way. And we'll change the recipe. Same goes for carbon dust. So say I've got 49 carbonite rocks, but I need 20. I need 20 carbonite dust, so I can go 5, 10, 15, 20. And this will make me 20. Say I need 22. There we go. That's 22, and I will have the exact number of what I need. So no longer do we have to, control click, and it's like, okay, split that stack of 24, then we'll split that stack of 12, and then we'll split that and put that there, and then we'll split that and put that there, and put these all together, and now we have 20. And so, it's going to be so much more handy and useful to be able to do that, and I'm very excited about that. I love, if you know anything about my channel and my series, I love automation, and this is not quite automation, but it's getting there. And the developers had talked about how they've been on the fence about automation. They'd like to kind of implement it, but that's a whole other beast of things. So that may be down the line. That may not be coming at all. However, they've been making steps towards it, and we're going to be going over some of those steps in a little bit. And so I am very excited. But the Quick Craft menu is going to be a huge part of that. So that new art style goes to all the items as well. So they all have that new kind of outliney look to it. I was worried that the new visual style would detract from the visual style, the kind of game design that they already had. I feel like the visual style of Drift was very unique, and I was very worried that it wouldn't translate, but I am very happy to say that I think it works very well. We're going to be going to the caves soon, and I will show you just what I mean, and where the visual update really shines and where it really comes through. So here we are at a green cave. We still have our ultra graphics on, and we're just going to take a look real fast. I think the caves is where the visual update is most noticeably different. The gems having the outline to it makes them stick out very starkly, and I think that's pretty good. This is also my first time kind of being in the caves after turning on the ultra. It's a very different look from what we were familiar with in our previous videos. Like this fog here was never there before. We never had this fog. It's very interesting, and I'm pretty sure that's just part of what the higher level graphics were before, but it just, the fog stands out very much with the new textures having more detail and standing out themselves. It makes the softer features of certain parts just a little more accentuated at that point. So we're just kind of taking another peek through. The machine looks really nice. The certain objects stand out more with the visual change than others. But what we're going to see is where this visual update really shines. And surprisingly, it's for those who have lower NPCs. Anybody who has to run their game on low graphics or very low graphics, like we had to run for ours. This is what our caves looked like. But that little outline on those two holes makes a huge difference. Just as a reminder, this is what the caves looked like beforehand. This is before the update, and those are the same two holes without the outlines. It was hard to see. I would get stuck in these caves, and I would try to find the exit because I couldn't see those little caves, or those little outcroppings of tunnels. I couldn't see the way through this, and so having that extra little line made it really good. I mean, look at this cave. Like, this is really cool looking. This is very, even though it is very low graphics and everything, it has kind of its own style, you know. It's low poly, it's low res, but it's not low quality. It's very cool. So we're going to be playing on ultra quality graphics, but for people with the low quality, this update is amazing. Just very quickly, bot friendliness. Where the heck did that go? There we go. Bot friendliness. As you notice, he's not really pushing up in your face as much. He's just kind of backing out a little bit, staying out of the way, which is good. Just kind of there if you need him. If you it's like, oh, I need some silicone. There you go. But yeah, decrease the bot friendliness. A lot of people had problems with just that bot just being up in their face and everything. So that's good. So alongside creative mode, we now also have a whole bunch of new pieces. So we have these little angled floor pieces, little triangle glass angled floor pieces. We have angled and triangular corner walls, and angular regular walls, as well as these little decorative pieces in here, and all of these. See, as you see here, so now we have some more building options that we can kind of work with here and make different styles of crafts, different shapes of crafts. Whoops, pressing the wrong button. There we go. So you got your little slanted windows here. And then we have these new pieces. So as you see here, it's got a little bit of a texture there. It works, all works with the shadows. But if you go here and press the plus button, you have a couple different colors that you can choose from. I'm rather fond of the orange. I think it just looks great. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And then with the decorative walls, you have this little slanted, little folded ruffle bit that I showed you before. But as you come here, you have some options. So you have flux black, you have flux blue, gray, maroon, orange, pine. You have hex window, ridged, and tech. So first we're going to look at the fluxes. So they're the kind of cool little design. I'll show you both sides. So cool little design that you can really use to... Gotta stop pressing that button. And those are available in straight too. So we have straight decorated wall. So let's there's the flux gray. And here's the flux maroon. Turn on the light a little bit. Yeah, so they have these in straight wall variations as well. Show you a little bit more. The hex window is kind of fun. So you got the, you can kind of see out, but it's more the style of that, and you could probably switch that around if you wanted. Once again, there's a flat, straight version of that as well, somewhere in here. I think it's this one. Oh no, that's just the hex, not the hex window. But regardless, you've got a lot of stuff that you can work through. You got geometric. This one, I actually really like this one because it's got like this kind of texture to the wall, and the light reacts with it very well. Yeah. Oops. You got pipes. It's got pipes on both ends. That was pipes double. Here's pipes single. So that's just pipes on one side. So that's good if you want to decorate the outside of your ship, but not the inside. You want to keep the inside nice and clear. And lastly, we're going to show off the tech style, which is this right here. And this is the tech double, so, you know, on two sides. If you see it say single, then that means it's only on one side. If you see it on double, that is on both sides. So yeah, I definitely recommend coming through and playing around with the pieces. Oh, I didn't even show you the triangle pieces. Okay, so the triangle pieces are a little funky. You gotta do some playing around with them. But yeah, you can develop some fun shapes with these things. And they too also have different styles. So this one is called gills because it's got these little things here. I haven't been able to really be, I haven't tried to be too creative with the triangle pieces and figure it out, but I've seen some people on the Discord build some interesting things. Someone's working on a pyramid right now. So that's pretty much all there is for the creative mode. That's all that I have to kind of show you for now. Once again, this is good to hold on. This looks different. I just want to see if it is different. A chandelier. Did I miss this? Is this a new object that I missed? I think I might not have seen this for some reason. That's interesting. God, stop pressing C. That's interesting. It takes up a lot of room, so I feel like this would be bigger. This would be better for a bigger base, a bigger room, but huh. That's cool. See, this just goes to show you. Just like take some time, play around in the build menu, see all the options that there are. Which is going to be another reason why creative mode is going to be so great, is because you don't have to worry about oxygen or food or batteries or anything. You can just kind of go around and build what you want to build and look at all the different pieces and see what you can make and really just get creative with it. So now we are going to jump over to my survival mode, and I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff that this update has. Okay, so we are in our survival mode, and you can tell that because our oxygen meter in the lower left-hand corner is slowly decreasing. So we are no longer immortal. And visual style, of course, translates to survival mode as well. So I am going to show you the last little bit of this update, and then I'm going to kind of just tour around my base. This is a base that I just built on my own. This isn't the one from the series, so this is something new. So I figure I'll show off what I've built thus far. And while I do so, I'm going to talk about what's next. But first off, let me just show you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the Tortuga. So, this was just a ship that I built in preparation of the next update. And I will explain why in a second. But real fast, as you see, that visual style update translates to everything in the game, even these little object pieces, little crafting benches, and so it really adds an extra little flair to it. A nice little kind of cartoon style, but not cartoony. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it doesn't feel too cheesy. It doesn't feel too like plasticine. But it does add a little bit of like nuance to it. Yeah, so I had recorded a video, but this was before I got my new system, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been able to play at a solid 60 frames per second as opposed to playing at 30 frames per second and having to speed up the footage twice the amount. But anyways, I had unlocked it here. I showed which node it was. I can't remember which node it is now or what it came after, but a little bit later down the line you will be able to create this item, the build range extender, and that's a multi-tool upgrade that increases your build range tool and uses material from nearby containers. Now this is the important part. So let's go ahead and attach that. Attach that to your multi-tool. It will take up a space, so if you have all your multi-tools, it will take up like the dampener or something like that. So so you're going, by the time that you have this tool, you're going to have to use it wisely and probably use it around your base. So now let's put this away. Let's not have this, right? And let's take some of that. Okay, so now, like I said before, we'll change the recipe to silicon dust, right? So we have it in our inventory. We can press 1. We can just press 1 a couple times, and that will make silicon dust. It just grabs it straight from our inventory. But if we don't have it in our inventory, it can't do anything. It says attempts to grab enough for one run, but it can't do anything, right? But we put this build range extender on. Attach it, right? So now we come here and we're like, okay, we need silica dust. We don't have any of this in our inventory, but we can now press +5, and it's like, wait a minute, where is that coming from? All these materials. Let me change recipes. Carbon dust, +5. There we go. Let's come over here. Hardened glass. Let's make some hardened glass. Let's put away that, so we don't have anything in our inventory, right? We don't have the silica dust, we don't have the steel. Press 5, we can now make hardened glass. Let's change this recipe. Let's keep going. Water. Let's do some water. +5, well, let's make some water. Look at this crafter. Look at this build range extender. We want to make another one? But we can't. But let's see the tractor system, crystal processors we're gonna need. So we can use this. Let's see, emergency arsenal. Let's see if we can make that real fast. So let's do a crystal circuit. Let's do 2. We can only do 1. But and you can do it here too. You can if you have the materials in your inventory, in your inventory room, however you have your storage set up, as long as it's close enough. And here's the thing, I haven't been able to find the extension of it. I think I can build something out here. Yep. See, yeah, you can build as far as out here and possibly farther. So yeah, the build range extender is pretty good. I think you can have your storage area almost on any part of your ship, and you can build stuff even as far up as like your upper floors. You know, you come up here. Oh, yeah. Here's the upper floors, by the way. Just showing you the stuff. Got my long range scanner, my big old scanner room. I came up with this little design right here where you go into the ceiling. And up here, you have a little storage unit with a bunch of batteries. And then you can come right here and fill said batteries. And that will connect to everything in this room. As well as power this launch pad up here. And I like the way that is set up because I have a clear 360-degree launch zone. So that was the build range extender. A huge new object in this update that I feel is game changing, like 100% game changing. Being able to just not have to run back and forth and it's like, oh, grab 50. And you run up here and it's like, oh, I needed 55, and then you have to go back and get more. You can simply just add the stuff you want to add just by the button, and that's going to save a lot of time. And in games like this, survival games and crafting games, time is a resource, especially since it takes time to build things. So saving that time is going to be huge. And like again, like I said, there's no automation in this game yet, but there's the platform, there's the start of it, and something like the build range extender can really just start automating the process, because you can just come up here and just automate what it is that you need. You know, I keep trying to pick examples that I don't have the items for. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. It also works with asteroids too. So One thing I like to do when I started this this run that I'm in right now is I actually ended up just taking some time and just fishing up as many asteroids as I could and just filling these two here, and then whenever I needed it I can come into, I keep using that one, I'll come into this one, change my recipe to crush asteroids, right? And then it's just like 5, and I would just fill it up. I could just click it right there and just fill it up from these. So if I just wanted to take a day and sometimes it's like, I got a couple minutes to just hop into Drift and just stand on my little platform and just kind of just stand on the platform and go fishing. And this is actually a perfect opportunity to show you a quick little tip. So if you're standing on the balcony fishing like that and you want to just stand there, take off your tractor safety bypass. So you just literally, you can't launch yourself. It won't do it. So if you accidentally select a mast that's too large, it'll just tell you that. So fun little tip if you're just at home. Oh, also if you're at home, go ahead and if you have an oxygen supplier, go ahead and let your batteries die out and don't refill your battery. Just go ahead and use oxygen to fly around, because as you see from our oxygen meter, it's not going down. So yeah, 2 little tips. This video is turning into just kind of a little free-for-all of just stuff, so I apologize, but for this last little section I'm just going to do a little background footage. What you're looking at won't really matter. It's not going to be relevant to what I am talking about, just something to look at while we discuss what is new to come, what is going to be in the next update. The developers have already hinted and expressed their plans. They've shown a little clip of the next update in motion, and when I say in motion, I mean in motion. So let's just go ahead and jump over to the future me, and we will talk about all that's to come. So this next update is going to be huge, and I'm talking like game-changing huge. The biggest part is the fact that there's going to be ship engines and movement. No longer is your base a base. It's actually going to be a ship that you build and repair, like they hinted at in the beginning. And this is going to be great. This is going to be super useful for 2 reasons, or at least 2 reasons. And we're going to be able to do a lot more exploration. We're going to be able to go farther and check out different biomes and different spots where we don't have to be stuck in one location. And it's also going to give us new challenges. Like, my question is what kind of collision will this ship have? Are we going to have to navigate around larger asteroids? If so, are there going to be larger asteroids? All of these are still up in the air. I'm just making a few speculations on there. But the point here is that by being able to move your craft, that is going to give us new and interesting parts to this game that we can build and work around and solve. The next part is that there's going to be new resources, which, I mean, is a little obvious because of the new engine parts. There's going to be probably a fuel of some sort that we're going to get, and none of the resources that we have so far seem to suffice. So that means that we're going to have to be doing more exploration to find this new fuel. And because of that, we're going to be seeing more things. I think a lot of this is encouraging the player to get out and explore. The developers have always been very encouraging about getting the player just to see all there is to see. It's a nice procedurally generated world, so every time you play, every location you explore is different. So this movement, this hunt for a new resource is just going to further that. The next part is they're talking about an updated progression. They're talking about a new starting to this, so that is pretty interesting. I feel that could range anywhere from just a new tutorial session to maybe a cutscene of how your ship became crashed, or maybe even a before and after sequence where you're starting on a ship and then something happens and goes. And again, that's just speculation. I like the idea of a new start. I feel like there might be something there. There's also possibly going to be a tech tree reorganization. Certain technologies may be available sooner than others. There may be different branches of technology to unlock. Not really sure what that means, but excited for that as well. Another big feature, this isn't going to be really useful or relevant to our channel, but there's going to be multiplayer improvements, and that's always accessible. Multiplayer is a huge part of games like this, and I think is a huge draw for people. So having comprehensive multiplayer and a nice bug-free experience is going to be a very valuable thing. And so I'm for those people who do play this multiplayer or would like to, I'm very excited to hear about all those improvements. And following up, we have lighting updates. I'm assuming that they have the lighting will be of a better quality, and when you have better quality lighting, that just leads to more immersion. I haven't played this game with better quality graphics and actual shadows. Most of the time that I've played this game, there had been no shadows, but I feel that if they were to dramatize these shadows, it could create a completely different feel, maybe like a more eerie feel as you discover this world. Or if it's a brighter, more vibrant thing, maybe things become a little more optimistic. And so I'm not sure how that is going to go, but when someone's talking about better lighting, I mean, it's always a good thing, right? Following up, they talk about a ship reactor. I think this kind of goes along with the ship movements, because there's going to be more machines that require power. You're going to need more than just that little battery pack. The battery pack is a good start. It'll get you your scanner machine, but anything past that, anything to like power the ship, I'm imagining you're going to need quite a lot of power. And so for that, you're going to need a reactor of sorts. Now, reactors are something that you have to feed fuel into, and that leads me to believe that these new resources that are out there are something of that nature. Maybe they're radioactive. Maybe it's some kind of coal. Who knows? Maybe you feed it excess resources from your base. Not really sure, but I'm excited to discover all the new pieces that this game will have. In summary, my final thoughts is that this update is going to significantly enhance what this game can do and its playability, and even its replayability. If you have played this game before, if you have a save file already, I'm going to be starting a new save file because my little boxy base is not suitable to be a spacecraft, so I'm going to be redesigning it with the new engines in mind. I think it's going to breathe a lot of new life into the game for some of the older players, and hopefully it will attract some new players too, because I feel that this is the start of something great. But anyways, that is where I'm going to leave today's episode. Just a little update on what is new and what is to come in Drift. Like I mentioned before, when the update comes, I'm going to be restarting my series. I'm going to start a new playthrough, and we're going to discover all the stuff for ourselves and explore the cosmos and finally take off in our ship. But anyways, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, please consider giving me a like, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.